Subhodayam. Welcome all to the course on 7th batch of certificate course on Sanaatana dharma, organized by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with Viswa Yoga Vidyapit. Today we'll be continuing with the subject of Shodasa Samskaras by Dr. Visalakshi garu. We'll start the session with Vande Mataram by Venkatnarayan garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनीं फुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनीं सुहासिनीं सुमधुरभाषिणीं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्
Vande Mataram. Dhanyavadalu Venkatnarayan garu. Now I request Padma Priya garu to do the pradhana, please.
We'll start with 1 minute meditation. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapatikam Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvannotibhis Siddhasadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitravatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guroh Paramam Shushurasmi Guroho Matirasti Gurau Mam Pahi Guro Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarvavidyanam Hayagrivamupaasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtirbheda Vibhagine व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्तिः 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 मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you, Padma Priya Garu. Now I request Visalakshi Garu to continue with the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. We are speaking about Sanatana Dharma and totally I spoke about 30 points. 1 second. And out of them, yesterday we spoke about 7 points, I think. And then 8th point, one more point is still remaining. Yesterday, because time was up, I just stopped it. In fact, this point can be explained for more than half an hour or 1 hour also. And during our Veda Samskruti Samiti webinars in Telugu, I explained even this point in a detailed manner. If those who are interested and those who know Telugu can listen to that. So that one point. Now 8th point is, what are the characteristics of dharma? We say ahimsa paramo dharmaka. Ahimsa satyam asteyam brahmacharyam aparigrahaka. These are some of the lakshanas, characteristics of dharma. 10 more gunas or qualities of dharma are given in the sloka written in by Manu Maharshi in Manu Dharma Shastra. Thrutihi kshama damosteyam shaucham indriya nigrahaka hrir vidya satyam akrodhaka etad dharmasya lakshanam. These are the characteristics of dharma. So to know, just I'll give only meanings of all these 10 words. Thruti means firmness, dhairya, stiratva. Then kshama means forbearance, kshama guna. Damaha, sense control, external sense control. Shema, dama, we say they are indriya nigraha. Then asteya means not robbing others' properties or others' belongings. Shaucham is physical, mental purity. Indriya nigraha means controlling, self-control. Mano nigraha, bahyendriya, antarindriya nigraha. Then hrihi means bashfulness. We must feel bashful to do wrong deeds. Adharmika karya. Then vidya means acquiring knowledge. Satyam, truthfulness. Akrodhaha, not getting anger even though there is reason to get anger. So not having any krodha at all. And then all these are the lakshanas of dharma. So due to lack of time, I just gave names, but these are all very noble, great qualities. If we try to imbibe them, we can become noble human beings, great human beings, and we can elevate ourselves to divinity. Now, 9th point is the most important items, topics in Sanatana Dharma. Under this topic, under this item only, I gave 22 points. Out of them, only about Shodasa Samskaras. Now, today onwards, we are knowing. And all the remaining topics are divided for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th levels. And we can know all these other points also. So, to know thoroughly and completely about Sanatana Dharma, it is not at all possible for us because it is ever ending, and we will be practicing. Our way of life itself is Sanatana Dharma, Dharmika way of life. So anyway, all these points I have already mentioned in the first class, first day. So I would not repeat all the 22 points or 23 points which I just mentioned. Now about Shodasa Samskaras. Now we will come to know about the Shodasa Samskaras. We know that we are all following 16 Samskaras. And Maharshi said there are 40 samskaras or 48 samskaras like that. So all these samskaras are Shodasa samskaras, only 16, which all of us are following. We will try to know a little in detail, but now in one or two lines, I will just explain what are the 16 samskaras, what is samskara, and what are these 16, and what difference is there between even these 16 samskaras in Apastamba Dharma Gruhya Sutras. A little difference is there from Gautama Dharma Sutras like that. So only one difference I will tell you. Then all these, after knowing the names in a little, then we'll go into deeper. So samskara, actually the word samskara means it is samyak karanam samskaranam, we say. So samskara, samyak kritam, kru is the root, and some is added. Some means samyak, some is upasarga. Samyak kritam, samskrutam also we say samyak kruta karya is samskara. So actually these 16 samskaras we following are Garbhadhana, Pumsavana, Srimanta, Jatakarma, Namakarana, Nishkramana, Annaprasana, Chudakarma, Karnaveda, Aksharabhyasa, Upanayana Samskara, Samavartana Samskara, Keshanta Samskara, Veda Vratas we say. 4 are there. Veda Vratas, Vivaha Samskara, and Anchesti Samskara. Actually, Samskara means purification, purification of purifying our body, mind, and even jiva. Jiva samskara is samskara actually. So purifying from our past deeds, the vasanas which are lingering to us, which have come to us due to the deeds we did in previous births. So we must purify them. So Gruhya Sutras are speaking about these 16 samskaras as Garbhadhana is the first samskara. It is performed just after the marriage to purify the womb of the bride to become worthy of getting a good progeny, to make the womb ready to conceive with Vedic mantras. Now, second is Pumsavana, a ritual conducted at the 3rd month of the pregnancy of that woman, making with the wish of making the embryo a male child. A son should be born as the first child. Now, third one is Simanta. Srimanta also we say Simanta Unnayanam. Most important ritual celebrated before the birth of the child to protect the mother and the baby to be born, wishing normal delivery. This Simantam would be celebrated as a festival, and it gives immense happiness to the pregnant woman and even to the parents. These 3 samskaras are called as prenatal samskaras. Now start the childhood samskaras, just before birth and after birth. So 4th samskara is Jata Karma. It starts just before the birth of the child and just after the birth of the baby. The father gives several danas. Shodasa danas are Chatushashti danas we can give as according to our capacity and availability at that time. Before Jata Ashaucha comes, and again on the 11th day after that Jata Ashaucha has gone, Puriti Snana we say in our Telugu, purification. So 5th samskara is Namakarana, naming the child. This is performed mostly on the 11th day of the birth of the baby or on 21st day. Along with this, the parents celebrate cradle ceremony by keeping the child in the cradle so that the baby can sleep happily. Now, 6th one is Nishkramana. The sixth samskara is taking the child to Yajnashala, bringing the child out of the house to get the baby accustomed slowly to the nature, and also to get the blessings of Pratyaksha Bhagavan Surya Narayana. Then seventh is Annaprasana, to make the child swallow something other than mother's milk, and keeping the paramanam on the tongue of the baby. Along with this, parents celebrate a sort of entertainment of Vastu Pradarshana, and allowing the child to touch one of them crawling on the ground, so that they can decide on what topic or subject the baby got interest according to the samskara. So now Chuda Karma or Chaula Samskara, this is removing the hair of the baby that came by birth to the baby. And ninth one is Karnavetha, the ear piercing Samskara. Along with it, they make the girl child, the nose piercing also may not be at that time only, but after a little, after 3 months or 5 months or sometime. Now, Aksharabhyasa, 10th one, the most important samskara, making the child read and write the letters for the first time. It is most sublime samskara, which is very much needed for all human beings, irrespective of male or female or even varnasrama, varna dharmas. Now, 11th one is the most sublime and most important for, especially for Brahmins and first three category people, Upanayana Samskara, the most sacred samskara where Brahmopadesha would be given, would be done to the child by his father, who makes him wear Yajnopavita. This samskara brings the child to Guru, to go to the Gurukula also, and makes the boy get the real knowledge. So by this, the child becomes brahmachari, vatu. Now, 12th one is Samavartana or Snataka Samskara. This is that samskara or the function conducted after the student, disciple completes his education, Veda Vidya and all. So this would be conducted by the Acharya, Guru, who permits the brahmachari to stop this brahmacharya vrata and enter into grihasthasrama by his parents being after celebrating the marriage. Now 13th samskara is Keshanta samskara or Godana samskara. This is the samskara of removing the hair that grows on the cheeks and chin of a boy. So at that time, he has to donate a milky cow along with the calf to Guru. So it is called as Godana Vrata. Similarly, a sort of samskara is performed and celebrated when a girl becomes matured. So that is for girls. Now, 14th is Veda Vratas or Brahma Yajnas. All these together we call as one samskara, but some other rishis, they separately they consider all these 4 vratas are as 4 samskaras. So this is the samskara performed before the marriage of brahmachari, while in brahmacharya vrata at Gurukula. So this is called as observing Veda vratas, certain yajnas the person has, the vatu has to do, and worship fire god along with certain procedure of mantras, devata rathana and all. So it takes 4 years time, each one for 1 year. So 4 years to do these vratas and study. 15th one is Vivaha Samskara, which is very important among all 4 ashramas, celebrating marriage to Vathu and Vara and bringing them into Grihasthasrama, the best out of 4 ashramas. This is the most important samskara celebrated for keeping the lineage prolonged. So 16th one is Antyeshti, the last rites. This is the last rites done by the sons, elder son mostly, to the father when he leaves the body, father and mother also. Thus, thus the grandchildren, grandmothers, grandfathers celebrate to their grandchildren. Then first three samskaras. Then after mother and father celebrate 12 samskaras to the son child born to them. Then last one would be performed by the son's elder son mostly. So 3 generations people are needed to do all these samskaras to all of us. That is why even at the time of any either marriage or even for upper karmas, 3 generations would be mentioned. Now, actually, what is samskara and how many samskaras we are following, again, we will discuss in detail. So, the word samskaram, we say, it is formed from the root kru, to do with the upasarga, samyak, good. Samyak karanam eva samskaranam. To do good is samskaranam. Doing perfectly, correctly, rightly is samskaranam. So samskaram means purifying. So it is removing the sins and defects of the body, and also that those that exist in the chitta of that baby, and coming along with the jiva successively from several births. So it is called as samskara. The word samskara appears in Rigveda for the first time. In Rigveda mantras it is there. Then Jaimini Maharshi, in his Purva Mimamsa Sutras Grantha, he spoke about these samskaras. Later in many Grupya Sutras, they spoke about this, all these samskaras differently. Now, samskaras are rituals related to Agama Shastra. These Shodasa samskaras are done to the jiva starting from before the birth, continuing at several stages of the life, and they end with the last rites performed by the son when he leaves the body. So in this world, these samskaras are performed only to human beings out of 84 lakhs of living creatures, living beings. Because the life of human beings is so great that the body, this upathi, manava upathi alone is capable of getting moksha, liberated. All other upathis, they are just, they come according to their either good or bad deeds, vasanas and karma phalas, they just enjoy, and then that is they either they suffer or enjoy and then leave the body. That karma would be vanished, and again taking some more karma, they would be given any other upathi by Paramatma. So if the jivatma is born as a bird or animal, it enjoys or suffers good or bad. Mostly they enjoy, no suffering for them, which they have to enjoy with that body. So the birds and animals do not have the power to either study the scriptures or do the worship, perform pujas, yajna yagadi, kratus, listen to the teachings, pravachanas, doing worship or meditation, something, and get liberation and all. Though there may be a few exceptions, exceptions will always be there for anything at any time. So even here, so many birds and beasts, they got liberated. Even with the upathis they possessed. So such are, they are seen in our Puranas and in Bhagavata. Gajendra, in Gajendra Mokshana, an elephant got. Sri Kala Hastiswara Mahatyam is there, written by Thurjakti Mahakavi. Then Sri Kala and Hasti, Sri means spider, Kala the serpent, then elephant. They got moksha by worshipping Shiva, Iswara. So, Jantunam Narajanma Durlapam, Atak Pumstvan, Tato Vipratat, Tasmat Vaidika Dharma Marga Parata, Vidvatvam Asmat Param, Atmanatma Vivechanam Swanubhavo, Brahmatmana Samstitihi, Muktirno Setakoti Janma Sukrutai Punyair Vina Lapyate, says Jagadguru Sri Adi Sankara Bhagavad Pada in Viveka Chudamani. So after several births, the jiva gets human upathi, human body. which got the capacity to get liberated, gain correct knowledge, Brahma Jnana, and become free from the chains of birth and death. When such a rare human body is going to come and taking birth with several samskaras, the body should be purified. Even the place where the jiva enters also must be made ready with proper samskaras. So, all these samskaras are being followed by us. Afterwards, the jiva has to lead spirit after taking birth. The jiva has to lead spiritual life with proper samskaras and should try to reach the goal of human life, that is to get moksha. So, after completing the life after living full span of life, when he leaves the body, that last samskara would be done. While the jiva is in the womb of its mother, then the baby experiences the consequences of its misdeeds done in previous births. That is called as Garbhavasa Naraka. So that is also like that of the sufferings of the hell, they say, Naraka Badha. When a living creature dies and leaves the body, in order to get human body and be born as a human being, he has to wait a very long time. Process is given in the Upanishads, how the jiva after dying, he has to take another birth. So how again he takes rebirth? That Jivatma has to take the form of raindrop, fall on the crops, sprout as a plant, and then turn into the grain, and reach the stomach of a man who eats it, and should turn into virya and then enter into mother's womb, suffering a lot in the dark, confused place, floating on waters there, getting food from mother. It has to grow with all the limbs, body parts, sense organs, brain and life, fully matured and then empowered to live on the earth, and then he comes out of the womb of the mother safely. So our shastras and puranas say that the jiva, while staying at mother's womb, prays God, crying and lamenting with remorse that, oh God, I cannot bear this sort of suffering. Kindly get me out of this place carefully. I will not commit any more sins. I will follow righteous path. I do all dharmika works only. I will not do any sinful deeds. I will walk on the way to you given by you. Like that he prays, it seems. Just as so the jiva remembers his past deeds while in the womb of the mother. Garbhopanishad and Garuda Mahapurana speak about the different stages of Garbhastha Pinda, then the gates of jiva, and also the results of good and bad deeds done by the jivas, etc. So the offspring born may be either Medhavi or an ordinary person also, or maybe a very great personality may be born, but whatever, or he may lead a normal life, because uh, crores and crores of people are taking birth. How can everyone become very great? Even then, everyone is great in his own point of view and to his family and friend circle and all. So whoever may be born before the jiva enters into the womb of the mother's womb would be purified and cleaned with certain Vedic mantras. That is called as the Garbhadhana Samskara. If we have to enter into any new house, we clean the house first, make it fit to reside there. Then we enter. Similarly, the mother's womb also. Elders make that womb of the mother pure and clean, so that a good soul, Atma, a Jiva, can enter into it and born as a child to them. So the samskara done to the mother before the birth of the child, there are three are there, and this is the first one. So after the birth of the baby, 12 samskaras have to be done by the couple to their child. So these are the, and then last rites. So 16 samskaras. Gautama Maharshi said in Dharma Shastra Granthas that there are total 40 samskaras. Chatvarinshit samskaraha. Some other Maharshi said there are 48 samskaras. But out of them, we are performing Shodasa samskaras compulsorily. All Bharatiyas, we do, all Hindus, we are Hindus, we are observing them with scientific approach is also there behind. In fact, all these, along with our spiritual outlook and health point is also there, physical and mental, and also Sankhika and also spiritual. So, whatever methods are observed by our ancestors in the olden days, in them, our perfect health, Shastriyata, scientific, Vaijnanikata, they are and spirituality, all are mixed for the well being of all of us. Now, in this modern age, people developed a lot of scientifically developments have been in progress, and so many other methods also are being invented, and they are connected with these samskaras also in somehow or other. So certain changes entered into them, yet most of us are following all the Shodasa samskaras. These are performed to girls and boys also, men and women, everyone. But one or two are meant specifically for boys and girls. Difference is there slightly, only one of course. So just two for boys, one for girls. In the olden days, Upanayana was done to both of them. In that sense, only one to girls and Keshanta to boys. Just as the moon when shines with Shodasa kalas, 16 kalas, is considered as full moon, Paurnami. Similarly, the man becomes perfect with Shodasa samskaras. The one who undergoes them leads a cultured life and gets a possibility of getting liberated. So, what is meant by doing these samskaras can be understood actually like this. When in our house also, suppose any dirty copper plate or brass bowl or plate, something is there, to remove its dirt, we apply tamarind with salt to it, and then we rub it with brick powder. In the olden days we used to do, then rinse with the water and clean the dirt. Then they glow as if they are new, with luster they shine. So nowadays we are cleaning them with certain powder, which is pitambara, we say all of us are using, and the scrubbers are there nowadays. So instead of that coconut, this thing or brick powder or something. So now with scrubbers we are cleaning. Similarly, to remove the dirt and impurities of the previous births of jivas, the upathis should be purified with certain mantras, Veda mantras. Mantras got that spiritual power, and also with the process of rituals. Then the jiva which is in the upathi gets purified, and the jiva gets physical, mental, spiritual purification and well-being. So these Shodas samskaras have to be performed to all human beings, and these rituals are very important as Varna Asrama Dharmas. So these are the basics of Vedic way of life. In fact, our social life depends on all these points. So our mental intentions, thoughts are very important for the development of our lives. So the effect of our thoughts falls on the deeds we do. What works we do, the result comes accordingly. So getting best birth, getting liberation, etc., would become possible with these samskaras when the mind is purified and dharmika alochanas, thinking, comes into the mind. So these are important rituals, physically, mentally, spiritually. So the greatness of all these rituals, it is in fact to unite all the Bharatiyas of Asetu Himachala. So all these samskaras must be practiced by people born on any part of our great pious motherland. So these samskaras destroy evil in men, inflict super good best qualities, make them meritorious and befitting to get highest knowledge and good name and fame in society. So let all of us briefly know about these Shodasa Samskaras. In fact, because even though we are thinking that we are learning in detail, it is very shortly only, because they can be elaborated in a very lengthy manner also. But here also, I try to just give only the most important essence of all these practices, how to do them, what are the significant behind the some these rituals, and what sort of scientific reasons are there for certain points we can get. So besides these Shodas samskaras, there are so many other samskaras, because Maharshi said there are 40, 48, etc. So at least we'll try to know a few names only. So they say the Pancha Maha Yajnas as samskaras, then Sapta Soma samskaras, Sapta Havir samskaras, Havir Yajnas, Sapta Paka Yajnas, all these are considered as samskaras. So Sri Haradattacharya, he commented that Shodasa samskaras are called as Paka Yajna samskaraha. So he also said that Paka Yajna means Prashasta Yajna, excellent work. It is said thus in Harita Smriti that samskaraha dvivithaha brahmaha tathacha haritaka dvivitho hi samskaro bhavati brahmo daivasya pakayajnaha somayagadayah daiva samskaraha garbhadhanadayah brahma samskaraha. The following are the Shodas Samskaras, which I already named. Once again, Garbhadhana, Pumsavana, Simanta, then Jata Karma, Namakarana, Nishkramana, Annaprasana, Chuda Karma, Karnavetha, Akshara Abhyasa, Upanayana, Samavartana or Snataka, Keshanta Samskara, Balika Rajasvala Samskara, Veda Vratas Yajna or Brahma Vratas, then Vivaha Samskara and Cheshti. Now let us know one by one. Today I am feeling that at least 5 samskaras should be completed, because these can be explained briefly, but later each one is to be explained in a very lengthy manner. So Garbhadhana Samskara. This ritual is the first among Shodasa Samskaras. After the marriage is celebrated, then normally the 4th day night, because nowadays after they are getting more than 20 years, 25, 28 years, we are celebrating. In the olden days when Astavarsha Bhavet Kanya, at that time they used to see when the girl at least gets 14, 15 years, the boy reaches 20 years like that, then they used to keep a very auspicious Subha Muhurta for that. So nowadays after marriage, 4th day night, the parents of both bride and bridegroom will get it done to the newly wedded couple. So this can be called as conception ceremony. So this would be done only once in the life. Actually, why people get married is only to get children. So, Prajayai Gurhamethinam. Vivaha is for prolonging our progeny, getting children, for getting liberated. So, people have to get married in order to get virtuous, responsible, noble children, wise children, to keep up the dynasty, pay off oblations to Pitru Devatas, forefathers who left their bodies and all, and also to follow and complete the works started by the father and left incomplete, and finally to perform the last rites to his mother and father and pay way for them to reach heavenly abode. So the ritual done to purify the womb of the mother, allowing a good living being, Jiva, to enter into it and grow in such a fertile form, is called as Garbhadhana Samskara. sacrament of purifying the womb with most powerful mantras. The union of wife and husband to give birth to a child is described in Taittiriya Upanishad as Mahasamhita, one of 5 Mahasamhitas. That is Athi Prajam, Mata Purva Rupam, Pita Uttara Rupam, Praja Santihi, Prajananagum Samthanam, Ityati Prajnam. So this is one of Mahasamhita. So in our tradition, that is Veda Samskruti, even this Santana Utpatti is treated as Yajna Karya, as great as pious as a doing sacrifice, Yajna. It is an integral part of our Vedic life. So when the minds and feelings of wife and husband come together, when both are very happy and willing, then their union gives birth to a healthy and virtuous baby, virtuous children. So otherwise it may happen as it occurred in case of the births of Dhritarashtra, Panduraja and all. So Amba closed her eyes on seeing Sri Vedavyasa Bhagavan, who came to give her a son, bless her with a son. So she got a son who is blind by birth, Dhritarashtra. Then Ambalika shivered with fear on seeing Sri Vedavyasa Bhagavan when he came to her to bless her with a child. So she gave birth to Panduraja with Panduroga, a whiteness of the body. But he is very great, very noble. So the servant maid of Amba, she received Vedavyasa Bhagavan because such great fortune she can never even imagine in life. So she served him, honored him a lot, prostrated to him. She served him with devotion. So she gave birth to Vidura, the most virtuous and knowledgeable person, who is an embodiment of dharma. So when both spouses are in love with each other and have high ambitions, then they will get good children. The priest, with the chanting of holy mantras, purifies and makes the couple powerful and blesses them to get Sat Santana, good children. The parents also bless their children with their love in the heart, and also with the good wishes and blessings of parents also are like boon to them to prosper in life. So in our Samskruti, in our Sanatana Dharma, one should get married only for getting children, thereby to become free from Pitru Runa. That is why the union of wife and husband is treated as most pious ritual like yajna. Now second one is Pumsavana Samskara. This is second one. This samskara is performed only for the first progeny, not at any other time, for the first time pregnancy only. It is that samskara by which the Garphastha Pinda, the fetus, turns into a male child. This ritual should be performed during the first 10 days of third month of the pregnancy of that girl, of that woman. So from the third month onwards, the formation of limbs of the body of that baby starts to take place in that womb. So for the sake of its protection, this Pumsavana sacrament is prescribed. So on this occasion, on an auspicious day, the couple, wife and husband, they should take holy bath, perform the yajna rituals through Putra Kamesti Yaga mantras, then mentioned in Atharvana Veda. Then husband pleases his wife by giving fruits, flowers, garlands and all. Together the couple decide to behave in the way by which the fetus would be protected. So then onwards he must take care of her, but uh, keeping in limits only. So the husband must have sense control for that. So the couple, they keep fasting that day, all the day, of course, till night time. And during night, they that is parents, they squeeze the germinated banyan seeds banyan tree, and then the juice will be that would be put in the nostrils of that lady, that pregnant woman, with the chanting of mantras. Then the scriptures say that by doing so, a son would be born very healthily and strongly. Also, the baby would be very healthy. And also, the parents, they mix the fruits of banyan tree, marri chettu we say in Telugu for banyan tree, with black grams. Black grams means minimulu we say, and then barley, yavalu we say, yava in Sanskritam, barley, and make her smell that. And after smelling deeply, later the parents, they cook them with black grams, barley powder and all, and ask that pregnant woman to eat it. So by eating that, the power to protect the fetus also increases, and the embryo will grow properly. So the living being born with best gross body, subtle body, and causal body. Stula Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, Karana Sarira, we say. All these must be healthy, and also healthy physically and spiritually. So that would be obtained by this sort of Pumsavana ritual with the power of the mantras also, along with this sadhana materials. It must be realized that all the rituals will guide a person towards the direction of salvation only, finally. Now, the third one is Srimantonayanam or Srimantamu, as we say. This rite is a ceremony in which the parents of the pregnant lady, pregnant woman, come to her in-laws' house during 5th month or 7th month or even 9th month of pregnancy. They perform the ritual Simantam and take their daughter along with them to their house for delivery. Then in connection with this sacrament, on an auspicious day, any muhurta auspicious day must be selected by either themselves or by the help of priest brahmana. Then they both of them couple must take Abhyangana Snana, Mangala Snana. Applying oil on the hair is called as Abhyangana Snana. Then they must worship their Kuladevatas, Ishtadevatas. And the husband, of course, he must do Sancha Vandana first, before all this. Then the husband should look at his face in a vessel filled with pure water or pure cow ghee, or even sesame oil also. And he asks his wife whom she is seeing. He sees his face, and besides him, she is also sitting. So she is also able to see what he is seeing. His face would be seen by both of them. Then the husband asks her whom she is seeing. While seeing the reflection of her husband's face, the woman, that girl says that she is seeing their offspring, their child. So Atma Vai Putra Namasi. So the husband's face appears to her as if it is their own child's face. So it is understood that the father is taking birth as a son or daughter, as the child. That is why we say Atma Vai Putra Nama Asi. So on that day, the husband himself should comb the hair of his wife, and parting the hair, papida, as we say, papita, that should be parted. The hair from the forehead, starting from this point. And then he must comb the hair of that bride, and the hair should be made into coils, jada, as we say. He must do, and he must decorate that jada with the flowers, flower garland. He should comb her hair with the thorn of a hedgehog, that is mullapandi, as we say in our Telugu, not with ordinary combs. He has to comb the hair with the thorn of hedgehog, Mullapandi Mullu, and draw with that thorn a straight line he must draw, and then he has to part it into two parts, and till Sahasrara, from here to till Sahasrara, he has to part and make into two parts. Sahasrara should not be crossed. There again, he has to comb normally with that only. So, doing so will stimulate her nervous system very neatly and nicely. It makes it easier for the baby to be born normally, normal delivery without the necessity of any cesarean operation or something. This is one of the most important rituals performed for pregnant women. So on that auspicious day, the husband advises or preaches, gives upadesha to his wife, the Ishtadevata mantra to his wife. That is, he has to do mantropadesha. Mostly Gauri mantra with bijaksharas would be given to her by her husband at that time. At the time of marriage, the priest asks her only to utter the Nama mantra. And then now with bijaksharas, that mantra, Gauri mantra would be given, which is as powerful and great as that of Tripada Chaturvimsat Yakshara Gayatri mantra, Maha mantra. So for woman, the Gauri mantra with bijaksharas should be given. So till that time, he is her husband, maybe friend and all. But now onwards, her husband becomes guru to her because he did mantropadesha also. So now she must serve him with all love, affection, care, and with devotion. So, as a result of that, the child would be born with devotion and becomes cultured very much. This gives the child mental refinement because still in the womb of the mother, because till that time, when this mantropadesha is given, the woman starts to do the japa of that mantra, Gauri mantra with bijaksharas. Bijaksharas got very spiritual power. So that power gives strength and power and vigor to manasika vikasa, also achyatmika vikasa to the pregnant woman and also to the baby in the womb. So this ritual is performed for the Simantonaina is performed for the health and well-being of the mother and the longevity of unborn child. So it is essential for the mother to be physically and mentally healthy. So this Simantonaina would be performed as a social festival. The girl becomes very happy, and even she gives happiness to her mother, father, and relatives and all other people. They also become very happy because it is performed as a festival, an important event in her life to be remembered forever with happy moments. So the mother-in-law, sisters-in-laws, and then nieces, friends, mostly ladies, and then of course male gents also, all relatives, father, grandfathers, father-in-law, everyone, all of them also take part. But these women, they make her sit in a particular chair comfortably, put kumkuma on her forehead, then smear her feet with turmeric paste, and then keep parani, we say, a sort of decoration to the feet, then apply sandalwood paste to the neck, put flowers on her head, a flower garland. Then they put bangles to both the hands, starting with the right hand first. Then we got a certain number of bangles as per our customs, mostly either 19 or 21 to the right hand, and then one less to the left hand. Always it should be odd number total. Then one bangle should be more to the right hand than the left hand. That is our custom. So it depends. So because bangles also stimulate the nervous system and the delivery becomes very normal. So then her mother fills her lap with fruits, flowers, mostly three varieties or five varieties like that, as per the capacity and custom. Then after this, new clothes would be given to her by her parents, and then the mother fills her lap with chalimidi, odibiyamu, we say in our Telugu, odibiyam. That is, she pours certain quantity of rice with green grams, pesalu, we say in. So with that, and then a sort of sweet item prepared with rice powder, with jaggery, prepared in a particular manner called as chalimidi. So that would be uh, put in her lap in 3 parts. So that is the traditional custom. So this chalimidi is made with rice powder mixed with jaggery and ghee, and it should be cooked also nicely. That remains for a few days, and it would be very tasty and healthy. So the ladies give harati, all these women, they give harati to her, and then bless her to give birth to a good son or good child. Later, all the relatives, including father, brothers, father-in-laws, grandparents, everybody, and neighbors, friends, and all, also they sprinkle the akshatas over her head and bless her to give birth to normal delivery, to a good child, healthy child. Akshatas, we say, they are, kshata means wounded. Akshata means not wounded. That is, no defect is there in them. They are very pure and sanctified. So akshatas made with the mixture of rice with turmeric and a little kunkuma with a little cow ghee. So rice are favorable grams to moon. Moon is manakaraka. So moon gives pleasant atmosphere and shanti, prasantata to the mind. Manas, when mind is cool and calm, person would be very happy. So turmeric and kunkuma are considered as mangalya dravyas, auspicious objects. They give auspiciousness to us. And then the unborn baby would be born with good qualities of eligibility, elegancy, beauty, health, and virtues. So these are the 3 rituals: Garbhadhana, Pumsavana, Simanta, are performed before the birth of a child for the health and longevity of mother, father, and baby to be born by the parents of both of them. So out of these 3, Simanta is considered as the most important sacrament. Now, 4th one is Jata Karma. Jata Karma is a word made with the combination of 2 words, Jata Karma. Jata means born, Jana Ja, to take birth. Ta Prachaya, when added to any root, gives the sense of past tense. So Jata means born. So, and karma means action, work, crew, to do, karma, done. So, to take birth is the meaning of the ja, then crew, to do. So, finally the jata is formed from the roots, and so it gives the meaning that one who is born and done after the birth. Jata karma. Karma also means the deed, pani, work. It is the first ritual which brings the newly born baby in contact with human beings, human life. So it is performed to reduce the risk of swallowing the uh, amino, uh, amino acids or amniotic acids or something they say in medical terminology. So amniotic fluid, water or liquid called as Mummaniru in our Telugu. So while in the womb itself, the baby may swallow certainly they swallow, some babies swallow more, and to increase, to remove that bad effect, and also to increase longevity, intelligence, and luster of the child, this Jata Karma would be performed by father and then parents. So the rituals Punsavana, Simanta are performed with the intention with that the delivery should be normal and the baby should come out easily. But sometimes the baby in the womb turns crosswise or puts intestine over the neck, something. నరం మెడలో వేస్తుంది, like that we say in our Telugu. So nowadays the pregnant women are admitted into hospitals, and doctors and nurses, they take care of them. But in the olden days, they used to know this just by touching the nadi. They can know whether the baby in normal position, keeping the head down to be ready to take birth, or if there any problem, that would be known. Now in that case, at that time, sometimes the baby would turn legs down, head will be up, then also the baby should come to normal position. With the head only the baby should come out. So for that, when something are there over the neck also, they must come to normal position. For that, in the olden days, either that pregnant woman's father or father-in-law, or both of them, they used to sit outside the room where she is taken to give birth to baby delivery. Outside they used to chant certain mantras. So the mantras are so powerful that by the chanting of the mantras and the vibrations of the mantras, that baby in the womb comes to normal position, and normal delivery used to take place. It is practically done to several people whom we know. So such is the great power of our Veda mantras. Then normal delivery occurs, then after the baby is born, immediately either mantrasani, we used to say in the olden days. Now nurses and doctors, of course, they cut that connection of the baby with the mother. In the olden days, mostly, nowadays of course the husband and everybody, they would be outside only in the hospital also. But at that time, suppose the delivery is not occurring normally and the baby is not in normal position, in the olden Shastra says that the husband also must go and sit near his wife along with that mantrasani, and he must support her by pressing the both the sides back of her the womb, both the sides of the womb, pressing a little gently with the touch of her husband's hand. She feels a sort of comfortable, and the position may be changed. That is how they used to say. Even husband sits there, and when the mantrasani says that the baby has come to normal position, he comes out. Then the delivery used to be conducted by her, like that they say. So the mantrasani, she helps in delivery of those babies normally for all. So Shastra says that while the baby is coming out, when the head comes out and the nose is seen, immediately that time should be noted down as the birth time of the child. So depending on that time, the Jataka Chakra Kundalini of the baby would be written by the astrologer, which gives us speaks about her future. So as soon as the baby is born, immediately the navel cord is cut. While the baby is in mother's womb, baby gets food through that navel cord only. Now after the delivery, that umbilical cord, we say, which connects the mother to the baby, is cut and detached, and it produced slowly, detached, and it protrudes slowly, merges, and the navel becomes normal. Mostly the navel part would be a little elevated, and slowly in due course of time, slowly it comes to normal position along with the body of that baby, stomach of the baby. Then that umbilical cord which is cut, that got the power to reduce any sort of future illnesses of the baby. So it is called as the ambulatory cord, uh, in medical terms, of course. So it is preserved in the olden days, mostly till recent times also. It is being protected by putting that into a sort of tube made with either copper, mostly silver, or copper, rarely with gold. Of course they can make, and they used to take care of and protect that, and that would be tied with some red or black thread, and that would be tied to the waist of that baby herself. So always that would be there on her body, his body only. Suppose the necessity comes immediately, that can be utilized as the medicine to treat that baby. But nowadays they are keeping that in the in some sort of banks, not ordinary bank. Certain special medical banks are there, charging nearly 50,000, 75,000, 1 lakh also for preserving this card. But people are paying that much amount and taking care of that till the baby reaches 16, 17 years. Till that time, that card can be utilized as the best medical treatment medicine. And after that, of course, that there is no necessity of that. So in fact, whatever our ancestors did is correct. In fact, that valuable cord should readily be kept available on the body of the baby in the form of, we say, tayattu raksha, amulet, we say. If and if necessity comes, that can be utilized. So from the moment the baby's navel cord is cut, jata ashaucha, impurity of the birth, occurs to the parents and people also of that related, near relatives. So that lasts for 10 days. So on the 11th day, auspicious bath, Mangala Snana, would be given to the baby and the mother, which is called as Puriti Snanam, we say. Then before the commencement of Jata Ashaucha, before the birth of the child, including that is actually seeing the time when the doctor, they say, assuming the approximate time of the delivery. So even before that, the father, he has to take holy bath and he gives dasha danas or shodasa danas to the people. Depending upon their wealth, they can donate more also. They can give godana, they can do godana also. Then thanadana, dhanya dana, etc. And for the livelihood of the Sad Brahmanas, they donate. Actually, when Sri Krishna Paramatma was born, then Vasudeva, the father of Sri Krishna, on seeing the face of that wonderful child, he got haripulated with immense happiness. Then, because both of them are kept in the prison, imprisoned by Kamsa, so he could not take Sachela Snana as per our Shastra, which is prescribed according to our scriptures. But in the tears of joy, he dipped deep and mentally donated 10,000 cows to Brahmins and thought that he would donate when he once becomes free and becomes able to come out of that prison. Then actually also after he got released, he gave so many danas, not only 10,000 cows, he gave even more. So at Repale, when Nanda Maharaja heard that he got a child, immediately he took holy bath with the same dress, Sachela Snana, we say. Then he became very pure, wearing new pious silk cloths. He did Swasti Punyaka Vachakas, and then he decorated uh, even the horn of the cows, 2 lakhs of milky cows along with the calves, decorated them with gold and then donated them to Brahmins. So Shastra says, as soon as the father hears about the birth of a child, son should immediately do Sachela Snana. Putre jate pitu snanam sachelastu vidhiyate. यावन्न भिद्यते नालं तावन्नाप्नोति सूतकं छिन्ने नाळे ततः पश्चात् सूतकस्तु विधीयते. So when that is cut, then the jata achaucha starts coming. Apastamba Gruhya Sutra say that as soon as the son is born, the father can see the face of the son. By seeing the face of the son, he would be released completely of Pitru Runa, because the child grows and he pays homages to 3 taras, father, grandfather and great grandfather. So the ancestors and forefathers, they become very happy when a son is born in their dynasty, because they are happy because the dynasty is being prolonged, lengthened. So it is the duty of the mother and father to see that the child is born safe, with sound health, without any defects. So the Jata Karma should be performed in order to see that any Balagrihas do not overpower the child. That is to prevent the child from getting infected with planetary problems also. Elders speak about 12 kinds of Naraka Bathas. The jiva to stay in the mother's womb is one such batha. It is said that it is said to be very sad, in fact, when the baby is in the womb, it afflicts a lot. But it is said to be very auspicious also, because when the baby bears such suffering and comes out, then only the baby gets the chance to enjoy this worldly pleasures and do dharmika karyas and get liberated. So for getting good, bad is to be undergone. So Jata Karma is the first Vedic ritual performed when the baby is just about to born and just after the birth of the child. When the embryo stays in mother's womb, with all defects occur, what all defects occur to the baby on account of swallowing the tumaniru, etc., water, etc., are to be removed, and auspiciousness should come to the child and to the parents also. So they perform this Jata Karma. Garbha Nivasa Dosha Nivaranartham, Dushtagraha Pida Nivaranartham, Shishu Medho Vrutyartham, for increase of intelligence, Ayur Arogya Siddhyartham, Jata Karma Karishyami. So with this intention we do. So with this Sankalpa, father keeps the child on his lap and performs karma, which is called a Jata Karma. Jata Ashaucha means for 10 days it exists. Then on the 11th day, again Mangala Snanas are to be auspicious. Holy bath should be given to the mother and baby also, according to the scriptures. And also the leaves of neem tree, Vepa Vriksha we say, and Vavila tree, the leaves should be mixed in the water and boiled thoroughly. Then cold water should be mixed and made ready to take bath. So applying sesame oil seed to the body of the baby and also to the mother, these water should be used for taking bath, so that the body pains would be reduced and removed. So Balintaralu we say, then onwards that lady becomes a woman in childhood. So then their body would be rubbed with the paste of powder called as Nalugupindi we say. Then a sort of fragrant paste. Then after Abhyangana Snana, Mangala Snana, then Sambrani, Gugilam, etc. we say thupas. They give to the hair and to the body of the baby and mother also. All this gives happiness, comfort to them. Then on the 11th day onwards, they can, the babies can wear any stitched cloths. Till that time, these 10 days, no dresses should be given to either male or the child. Only the baby should be wrapped in the clean, neat, smooth, soft cloths. So on 11th day, when Mangala Snanas are performed, then any new dress would be given. Then Chadu, we say a sort of bottu, tilakam prepared, black colored tilakam prepared for the baby. That should be kept on forehead, and for boys on right cheek, for girls on left cheek, to prevent drushti dosha we keep. So if there is any defect in the birth star of the baby, then the father should see the reflection of the face of the child in the pure cow ghee or in the sesame oil. Then only directly he can see the face, he can see the child. So first he must see the face in the reflection of the face of the son. Then of course they have to do Ishta Devata Puja, Kula Devata Puja, Pitru Devata Pujas, then with Shodasopacharas, and then Mathuparkas we say, which is very important, that is Dathi, Mathu, Kruta, etc. mixed is called as Mathuparka, with a small silver or gold bowl in a little quantity of cow ghee with honey should be mixed and then kept ready. The father should take a pure gold ring without any stones, and he has to mix it, and then he has to just rub it, touch it, uh, the lips of the or the mouth of the baby. That is that cow ghee and honey mixture should be given to be eaten, swallowed by this baby for the first time by the father at the time of Jatakarma. So that is Ayur Khrutam, we say the span of life increases. Ghrutena Varthate Buddhihi, the Buddhi, intellect increases. Then if any kapha is there, that would come out by the honey. Honey is very healthy herb. It is actually herbal one. So that priest makes the couple perform so many yagas there also. A certain Agni Karya and Homa Karyas with the chanting of mantras, they with the pious firewood, that is Samithalu. As we say in Yajna Kunda, Vedic altar, they do all this process fully. So with all this sort of worshipping the gods and all, they do Naivedyas. And then after that, whoever come to all the relatives, neighbors and all, whoever come there, they would be honored properly after giving puri, dakshinas to the priest and getting the blessings. So now this is over. Then next one, Namakarana Samskara, which is very important one to all human beings, because if possible we'll complete it fully. Otherwise, after giving a little introduction about this Namakarana Samskara, why it is to be done, when those points are covered, we can stop, and the procedure of doing this Namakarana can be continued tomorrow. If time is there, I will try to complete. So naming ceremony, cradle ceremony also we say Namakarana, because at the time of naming samskara, Namakarana, only we put the baby in the cradle also. So Balasare or Barasala we say in Telugu, letters would be altered. So Namakarana Mahotsava Samskara we say. This is a samskara done mostly as a festival. So Maha Utsava with all the relatives, friends and all, neighbors and all. When the child is born, it will not have any name till this Namakarana is done to the baby. So to give an identity, the Nama should be given. Till that time, the baby is called as a certain person's baby, either by mother's name or father's name they used to call. Thus, by either name, when it is called, that is, that recognition is due to mother and father. But the baby should have her or his own identity. So the name should be given. So the baby must have a name to be called by the parents, relatives, friends, to get admission into schools or colleges. After growing, that baby should gain good name and fame. So name should be there. For that, the baby needs a name. While doing Nitya Pujas, Naimitika Pujas, then practicing Yajna Yagadi kratus or rituals, or even for Pitrukaryas, everything, Pravara name, they say their names in Pravara. So the name is essential. While practicing anything, Gotra Namas and Pravara, they have to say. So the name is very much needed. At the time of marriage also, we need time. They need time. Name. So while doing Pitrukaryas, then Pitru, Pitamaha, Prapitamaha's names we say. So the name must be there. So every individual needs a name, either boy or girl, either for buying or selling any objects or any land or houses, properties. The name is must. The name is essential for education, for admission to schools, colleges, for doing any job, for dealing with the members of society, for everything. So the ritual performed by the parents to give such an important name to their offsprings is called as Namakarana Mahotsava. Thus, giving name on an auspicious day will result in the growth of Ayush, span of life, and Yashas, fame and Aishwarya, prosperity. So actually, why parents name their children? For this Shastra says that it is for the parents to obtain moksha, salvation. They keep good names to their children. But nowadays, people, they do not know this fact. They are saying into Google and some name, whatever name they could locate and pick up, two letters or three letters, they keep. They do not know whether that name got any good meaning or not. Always the name must be the name of any God, divine person, Paramatma only. The story of Ajamila is an example for this. The purpose and fortune of getting this body is attainment of moksha only. So even after getting human body, Manav Upati, if we do not try to get moksha, Mahati Vinasti, says the Upanishad. So people spend their entire span of life in doing so many works, engaging themselves in several works, duties, worldly pursuits, and all. They might have done several dharmika karyakramas also, but even then they might have donated a lot also, might have performed yajna yagadi kratus, this, that, and even then nobody can automatically remember Paramatma at the time of the death. So yam vapi smaran bhavam tyejan chante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada mad tadbhava bhavitah, said Paramatma. Whomever a person remembers at the time of death, just leaving the body and going away, next birth comes according to that utterance or the feeling. So, even though they might have performed a very righteous life, even then we cannot guarantee that they remember God at the time of last breath. But they certainly think of their children. Definitely, everyone everyone wants to see the face of children, so they call them by name. So if their names are the names of gods, it means they are calling God. So God will come and protect and take care of. Jadabharata's story is there. You might be knowing Jadabharata's story, then Ajamila's story. Jadabharata died while thinking of a deer. Actually, Jadabharata could have got liberated and moksha in that very birth, because he was born in a noble Brahmin family. He did all rituals properly. Then he became sannyasi. He went to the forest. He performed a lot of penance and gained a lot of merit, by which he could have either gone to heavenly abode, or if he performed, he would have got liberated, got moksha. But at that time, by his prapta karma only, he happened to see a deer giving birth to a baby, and then that deer died. So this person, out of bhuta daya, he started taking care of this newly born deer, but he got attached, moka he developed. So at the time of leaving the body, he thought of if I leave the body, who will take care of this deer? So in the next birth, he was born as a deer, but because of the merit of penance, he could remember his past. So even with the upathi of that deer, he did not mingle with other deers and all. He did meditation, left that body, born as a Brahmin, and he got mukti. That is story of Jadabharata. Similar story is of Ajamila. Ajamila also was born in a Sadbrahmin family, studied Veda Shastras. He always used to serve his father's parents, gurus, elders, and all. His parents got him married to a very virtuous and beautiful, handsome girl. So the couple, they lived very happily, righteously, leading pious life. But due to his misfortune, one day a very bad incident occurred, unfortunately, and with passion, he marries a woman immortally and became corrupt by his corrupt of his caste, Brahminhood, and then he neglected his wife, his parents. His wife is Kulasri, Pativrata. He left her. He started spending time with this lady and gave birth to many children. But his fortune is he kept the name of his last son as Narayana, and he got very much attachment towards him. So the lifetime passed away. He was on deathbed. Then he saw Yamabhata standing on both the sides of him. Then he shivered a lot and he wanted to see his last son. So with loud voice, he called, Narayana, Narayana, please come to me. So he called his son only, but the name he uttered is Narayana, Sriman Narayana. So immediately Vishnu Dutas came there and they asked these Yamapatas to leave that place and go away. They left, and immediately even Vishnu Dutas disappeared. This Ajamila is seeing all these. Yamadutas came, and when he uttered Narayana, Vishnu Dutas came. They sent Yamadutas. Then they also disappeared. Then he thought that for once, out of love for my son, when I uttered Narayana, Vishnu Dutas came to my rescue. If I throughout my life worshipped Lord Narayana, what sort of good fortune would have come to me? So he repented, he remorsed, and he prayed God to give him a chance to do Prayaschitta. Yes, I know. I will stop after completing this idea. So he prayed God. So Paramatma gave a chance to him because of the previous deeds he did, all righteous deeds. So he could recover. He did not die. He did not leave the body. He is there still. He in a little span of time he got recovered. He became healthy. Then, without telling anything, he left that family, wife and children. He went out to the forest. He did all righteous dharmika works. He prayed God. He did penance, and as a result, in the next birth, again he was born in Brahmin family, and he got moksha. So this Ajamila story also says that the name should be kept. The importance of naming the child is given. So by this story, one may wonder how is it possible to get mukti spending the whole majority lifetime unrighteously just by calling the name of God once or twice. In fact, he did not call God, he called his son yet. So for this, we should remember the slokas of Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. So, and also Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma said one more sloka, साधुरेव समन्तव्यो सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः भजते माम ananyabhak. Whoever thinks and praise me with much utmost devotion, he might have done some sinful deeds, that sin would not be counted at all. So he must be considered as a sadhu. So the secret is that the arti in his heart and voice of this Ajamila and the meritorious deeds he performed in his prime time, earlier life, came to his rescue, and God gave him a chance. So thus he got the chance to wash off his sins and do prayaschitta and get moksha. So by calling his son Narayana, gave him this opportunity to correct himself. So we need to name our child the names of gods. So now here we will stop, and tomorrow we will continue the method of naming, how to do Namakarana process. Swasti. Supam.
Thank you very much, Visalakshi garu. Now I request Padmapriya garu to do the pradhana, please.
Yes. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। स्वस्ति।
सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु। स्वस्ति. ధన్యవాదాలు పద్మప్రియ గారు ఫర్ ది నైస్ ప్రార్థన. Now, please raise for the national anthem. వెంకటనారాయణ గారు, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
Thank you, Venkatanaran. Thank you very much. Now, the class is open for questions. Yesterday, Sirisha, you wanted to ask a question. Can you ask the question now, please? Sirisha,
Yes, sir.
you want to ask the question now?
Yes, sir. Like when ma'am was saying to another student, I got cleared, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
yeah. Anyone else want to ask any question now?
I have one question, Andy.
Yeah, please.
Visalakshi garu, the question is regarding the Tayattu you were talking about. Just a curiosity, how is that used later on for the child? Does it not get disintegrated or for so many years it's saved inside copper, and how is it used?
Either in copper or in silver. Mostly we keep in silver. Tayattu. Every one of us, we did to our children, our parents did for us. But mostly such necessity never comes. But if at all any necessity comes to the health of the baby, doctors utilize that. They take, that is in the medical terminology, in the laboratories, that umbilical cord will be there, that would be given, handed over to the doctors. Then they take it to the laboratories, and whatever essence is there in that, they take it and induce that into the body, so that the body gets the resistance to it gets a sort of new kanas would be there, it seems, in them, and they give strength to the body to remove that disease. Whatever may the disease be, that can be cured by the essence which exists inside that umbilical cord. That's what they are saying. Nowadays also, when knee pains are there, they are taking blood from our body, and by some process they take some essence of that. They again throw that blood outside, and the essence which they have taken, they will induce into our body, that knees only. So that is the process. I think we do not know the exactly the process, but since lakhs of years people are following this. When the baby is born, immediately when they cut that navel, then the umbilical cord is taken care on the 11th day. That would be tied to that would be kept in the amulet and then tied to the waist of the baby.
Thanks. Dhanyawad.
Yeah, this is similar to the stem cells treatment, which has been the process. So
Yes.
they take the essence, they purify it, and since it is kept in the silver foil, maybe it remains. Some of the essential part of the stem cells requirement is there preserved, and
Yes.
that is taken away from that cord and then inserted.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else has any question?
Even they used to use that umbilical cord on a grinding stone with
Yes.
some milk or something, and then they used to feed the baby
Yes,
uh,
correct.
in case the baby gets sick for any reason.
Right.
Skin
That was
disease,
what they were
yes,
doing.
it is applied to the skin also when suppose any
Yeah,
skin diseases come. Yes, correct.
yeah. Because it becomes so dry. Like basically,
Ah,
it's a narrow, right? It's kind of yeah,
yes, correct.
yeah.
It becomes as hard as that of vasa. We say we vasa aradisi posamu and we
That's
say
yeah,
like that.
right.
yeah. That's
How to
yeah,
rub it and yes.
yeah.
Acha. Anyone else has any question, please? Normally, questions start after a delay. So please don't delay because our time is limited. So if there are no more questions, then we may have to close. The last chance for last question.
If any of you got any doubts, even before just completing at the time of prayer itself, you note it down, and immediately whenever CC Chittubabu Garu, he asks you to tell, immediately all of you raise the hands and then question. Don't waste the time of him
Yeah,
because even he has to go for duty after. So,
right.
how many doubts are there? It's okay. We are ready to answer. He is ready to give you time, but time should not be wasted. That's what he's saying. So,
Yeah,
one
right.
way or another, all of you please come forward and clear your doubts if at all any.
Right. Earlier, we used to have questions in the chat box,
Yes,
and now there are no questions in the chat box.
yes, they can write, you can write down your questions in the chat box also so that he
Right.
can read it. I will answer as Paramatma Sanugraha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you very much, Visalakshi garu. And looking forward. I think
Tomorrow.
tomorrow is yoga. Maybe I don't know. I'll have to check it out. And next week we'll be having your class again.
Tomorrow I do not have the class.
I'll have to check up. Normally Thursday
Tomorrow and
is.
Friday also, I think. Today is only Wednesday. Thursday,
But
Friday also, I got classes, I think.
no. Thursday is yoga and Friday is Sanskritam by Prabhakar Rao garu. So
So
again,
next
you'll
week
have
I
on
got not.
Monday.
Okay.
I'll
Will
check
you
up and let you know.
kindly let me know later
Yeah.
personally?
Sure.
Thank you. So I'm thinking that tomorrow and day after also I got classes.
Okay. Sujit garu, you want to have some question?
No, not at all. I was wanting to thank her.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
It's a
it's
beautiful
yeah.
class. It's been such a elaborate and very well presented. Thank you so much. Dhanyawad.
In fact, I am the culprit that I stop her saying. Yeah, she has a store of lot of knowledge, and due to paucity of time, we are not
Yes.
able to take the full potential
We
of her.
must follow time also. You are
Right.
right on your duty. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, and tomorrow we'll meet again. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you.